Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Man, and today I am your coach for the Texan Clearbodies in Season 1 of the STL. Again, the STL doesn't have a name, but we are here in STL. This is week number 1, in which we go against the Boston Celebis and their coach, Toby. Now, this is the team builder, and right after the fact we will have the battle, but this is the team builder. My draft, along with Toby's draft, should be on the side of the screen where you see blank space. We should have the draft picks that both of us had options from on the side over here. So keep an eye out for that. But let's go ahead and hop into my team and what I decided to bring this week. Shout out to Luke or Master Aura for helping me team build this week, because I needed somebody to help me team build, so he helped me team build. So shout out to him. So the first thing we bought was our Choice Banded Tapu Bulu. This Tapu Bulu had Woodhammer, Horn Leech, Stone Edge, and Superpower. Now, Woodhammer and Horn Leech. Woodhammer was the primary move. Horn Leech was late game sweep. Stone Edge was for Charizard, his Megazord Y, and Superpower is for his Bisharp. But that's probably what we have that there for. Max HP, max attack, bulky Tapu Bulu with 4 speed because I needed to put the 4 EV somewhere. I figured speed would be ideal. Max attack because adamant because smack something with Woodhammer and hurt it. 252 HP because I want to be bulky, and 4 speed because I need to put it somewhere. The next thing we decided to bring was defensive Rocky Helmet, Intimidate Landorus, utility Landorus this week, Earthquake, Stealth Rocks, U-Turn, and Knockoff. Knockoff to get rid of items, U-Turn is just U-Turn, utility Stealth Rocks for Stealth Rocks, and then Earthquake was for coverage. Could have put Stone Edge, but we decided not to run Stone Edge. We have 248 HP, which allows me to be uneven HP for my flying type. And then 8 attack, because I need to put the ADV somewhere. I figure I'll put it in attack to complement that base 145 attack stat. And then 252 Impish Nature this time to be Rocky Helmet utility. Next, we have Life Orb Espeon this week, which was my designated lead. Hidden Power Fire to counteract his Skarmory lead. Psychic just coverage. Focus Blast originally, but I guess he doesn't learn Focus Blast this generation. I didn't know that. Blame Showdown. But Grass Knot just cause it's something really hard. I guess I don't know. It was a change. I didn't really need it. It didn't really make a difference. And then Dazzling Gleam because Kyurem Black, which by the way, Kyurem Black was his Z Captain, which is why on the draft screen over there on the side, you see it is bolded. My Mew is bolded because my Mew is my Z Captain as well. So the next thing we picked up for this week, also it was Magic Bounce, Espeon, Life Orb Attacker, Magic Bounce to bounce back hazards, but Life Orb just to hit as hard as I possibly can. We said don't make it bulky because it's not taking a hit. So the next thing we have is Manectric, Modest Manectric with a Choice Scarf with Lightning Rod to counteract his Thundurus Therian. Or no, it was Thundurus Incarnate. I thought it was Thundurus Therian, but it's actually Incarnate. But Lightning Rod to counteract its Thunderwave Prankster bullshit. So yeah, 224 speed, which is enough speed for me to outspeed Thundurus Incarnate or Therian, because both have 101 speed base, which allows me to outspeed them both at 301, I'm pretty sure. Did I hit 301 max speed? I don't remember. I think they hit 301 by max speed, but I have 224 speed to outspeed them, and then 32 HP because I want to be bulky, and no attack IVs because again it doesn't matter, and then 252 special attack Modest because duh. Volt Switch, lead utility if I need it, Pivot utility, Thunderbolt's primary stab move, Flamethrower's coverage, and HP Ice for his lander, or his incarnate. Flamethrower was for something, I can't remember what. Again, I can't remember what, but I guess I'll touch base on that in the battle, if it comes to it. Oh, Flamethrower is for his Magearna, that's what it's for. It's for his Magearna. Next, we have Mega Alakazam, Alakazam Magic Guard to start. 104 speed allows me to outspeed everything on his draft. Again, 302. Thunderous outside of his Scarf. I outspeed everything at 302 outside of his Scarf. Mega Alakazam, of course. I'm sorry, it's not 102 here. It's not 302 here. I'm not sure what it is on Mega, but it's 104 is allowing me to outspeed everything. 152 defense because bulky. Calm Mind, Energy Ball, Psychic, Focus Blast. Calm Mind because setup. Energy Ball for coverage against. Let me look at his draft over here on the screen. One moment. Tapu Fini. That's what it's for. It is for his Tapu Fini. So Energy Ball was for his Tapu Fini. Psychic was for everything else except for except for his Bishop if he bought it. And then Focus Blast for the Bisharp and the Magearna. Max Special Attack mod is, of course, because hit as hard as I possibly can. 104 speed allows me to outspeed everything, and 152 defense to try and take a hit from Bisharp better. The last thing we bought was our Trojan little broomstick Minior, indigo colored. Actually, it's an indigo colored Minior because that's my favorite Minior color apparently. And we bought the standard Minior set. Light Herb, Shields Down, Shell Smash, Acrobatics, Earthquake, and Stone Edge. Again, Stone Edge was for his Charizard, Earthquake was for everything else, and Acrobatics was also for everything else. Shell Smash is to get the Light Herb off, and then Shields to go down, which is why it's a broomstick essentially. I have 248 HP. So I am uneven HP, because if I had 252, it would be even HP, and I take more damage from Stealth Rocks. Max Attack Adamant because, again, hit as hard as I possibly can, and followed by 8 speed because I had 8 EVs left. Figured I'd put them in speed because why not? So that is the team that we're rocking out with for this week. So without further ado, let's take a look at what my opponent bought and hop into the battle. So, as I covered in the team builder, we bought Tapu Bulu. Oh, Flamethrower was also for his Skarmory. I forgot about Skarmory. Flamethrower was also for his Skarmory, as was HP Fire from the Espeon. So, we bought our Choice Band of Tapu Bulu, Rocky Helmet Defensive Landorus, Life Orb Espeon, Choice Scarf Manectric, Mega Alakazam, and White Herb Minior. As I said in the team builder, he bought pretty much what we thought he would bring. He bought Megazard Y, which is what he will bring. He bought his Skarmory, which is probably his lead. He bought his Magearna, which I kind of didn't figure he would bring, but I guess it makes sense he would bring that, because Soul Heart. He bought his Tapu Fini, which is what we have Energy Ball and Calm Mind for. He bought his Kyurem Black, which is a Sea Captain. I figured, why not, right? I'll deal with it. And then Thunderous Incarnate. I thought it was Thunder Ethereum when I first fought him, but it's Thunderous Incarnate, but whatever. So, without further ado, mind you, this is not my team build, this is not my battle, but this is actually his battle screen. It's okay. It's fine. Alright, so without further ado, let's hop into the battle. Now, as I said in the team builder, I'm going to lead Espeon because I figured he's going to lead Skarmory. And we actually did this battle twice because I had Focus Blast the first time. I couldn't run Focus Blast, so I changed it to Grass Knot, but still, we're here. So, go ahead. So we go ahead and lead off with our Espeon, predicting him to lead his Skarmory, but he actually led his Kyurem, which is fine by me, because I had Dazzling Gleam for this. So I'm going to go ahead and fire for Dazzling Gleam and do a clean, what, 45? or 65% damage or something like that. 65% damage to him. So I'll take that. I'll take my life orb damage. He's going to fire off a beautiful, powerful ice beam. He did about 55%, 59% back to me. So he did a decent chunk of damage. So unfortunately, I'm forced to stay in. He's actually going to switch out here into his Magearna. I'm going to fire off a Dazzling Gleam, that's fine. I'm going to fire off HP Fire. Next, take the Life Orb damage, fire off HP Fire, which reveals to me that he's probably a Celebis Magearna, based on the fact that HP Fire did how much damage? 41% on a crit. So that leads me to believe that it was an Assault Vest Magearna, which I guess Assault Vest Magearna works. So Assault Vest Magearna comes off, HP Fire comes off. He gets to kill me here because he clicks Volt Switch. He kills me. He gets a Soul Heart, but the Soul Heart doesn't really matter because he Volt Switched out. So he switches out into his Thunderous. I switch into my Manectric because I get the momentum on that. HP Ice comes off. HP Ice did 87% damage to him, and I was like, welp, rip. So that means he was probably somewhat defensively invested, or he was probably HP invested. He's one of our spectators on the side here. If you are watching this, the spectator said go into Minior, and I was like, no, I'm not that stupid, because Minior dies to a Thunderbolt. So I'm like, no, we're not switching into Minior. We switched into Manectric. He clicked knockoff here, which revealed to me that he was offensive physically, or probably mixed. He did about 60%, he did almost 60% to me, which goes to show you why Manectric is so frail, but that's why you run it with a Choice Scarf. He knocks off my Choice Scarf, but because of my bulk, I don't take as much damage as I probably could have because of my 32 HP EVs. So at this point, I'm like, fine, I'm pretty much ready to sack this thing off. Clicks off Dark Pulse, he kills. I actually end up trading with him because he ends up being Life Orb. He actually ended up being Life Orb Thunderous, so we went ahead and traded. So I traded my Manectric for his Thunderous. Manectric dies to Dark Pulse, and Thunderous dies to Life Orb. I go to my Landorus now, into his Skarmory, catch the Intimidate. I get up my Stealth Rocks, he starts hazard stacking with spikes, and y'all are like, well, this happened to Lev last time too. Don't worry about it, this time it doesn't really matter. It may not matter. He went ahead, clicks spikes again. I click knockoff to get rid of his leftovers, so he can't sit here and leftover stall me forever. And at this point, he keeps on setting up spikes. I'm like, alright, I'm U-turning out. I'm doing something else. Okay? At this point, I go to my Alakazam. Why doesn't it matter? Because Alakazam is Magic Guard to start things off. And I'm packing Focus Blast for this thing. But I'm like, he's not going to stay in. He's going to predict a Shockwave or like an electric type move, so he's not going to stay in. So I don't need to have him stay in. So I'm going to go ahead and force him out. He clicked Roost actually, and then I'm going to force him out because he didn't know what to do. He went to Tapu Fini for some reason because I guess he figured Thunder Wave or like some status ailment or something like that. So I'm going to take the free switch option and click into Calm Mind as I Mega Evolve. As I Mega Evolve, I'm going to catch a Calm Mind, which is fabulous. At this point, Calm Mind, after the Stealth Rocks, I kill his Tapu Fini with Energy Ball. I do enough damage to kill on a roll, I think it was. So he gets his leftovers back. I click off Energy Ball. It actually does not kill because, again, like I said, it was a damage roll and he had leftovers back. So I don't get to kill. He clicks Nature's Madness and he gets off as much damage as he needed to get off. He gets off 49%. If I was even HP, then he would have gotten 50% even. Nature's Madness is a beautiful bring on his end. Excellent prep on your end, Toby. But he gets his leftovers back, but he's like, Energy Ball comes off again, gets the kill. Good. So I get the kill. I'm sitting at 51%. We're good. He goes into Magearna here. I click off Focus Blast, and I actually miss. And I'm like, well, that's unfortunate. But he's like, I'm not staying in anyway. He just bought it in to do chip damage. And even the spectator was like, you should have run Shockwave. I'm like, I don't like Shockwave. But, you know, it's like, whatever. So I missed my Focus Blast, and it's like, welp. But he clicks Volt Switch, so it's okay. Because of my Calm Mind, I take that hit perfectly fine. He goes into Skarmory. Now, let me explain this. At +1, Focus Blast does exactly 88% minimum. So I was like, if this misses, then rip. If this connects, yay. And lo and behold, Karma comes through. I connect, do 88% even exactly in the damage calcs. It was minimum 88% at +1. I get to 88% off. The Skarmory is dead. I had no other option, no other way to deal with this Skarmory outside of like Acro after setting up with Minior, but he had Whirlwind options, so that wouldn't have been bad. So shout out to the Stealth Rocks as well for getting that 88% chip, the 12% chip damage on entry. So it's a good thing I had Stealth Rocks up. Alright, so Skarmory dies. I'm like, yes, dealt with that thing. He goes, his Misty Surge comes out, and he goes into his Magearna. And I'm like, well, let me fire off another Focus Blast, try my luck, because that's all I have. Fire off another Focus Blast, miss again. Ultimately, though, it may not matter. It may not matter at the end of the day. I miss off my Focus Blast. He's able to kill me off with Flash Cannon, get a Soul Heart boost. I'm like, well, shit, this is bad. This is very, very bad. But at this point, I go to my Landorus, get the Intimidate drop because it doesn't really matter. He's afraid of my Earthquake, so he switches into Zard. He was afraid of my Earthquake, which was optimal on his end, so he switches into his Mega Zard, and I'm like, okay, well, let me predict that, and I'm going to include U-turn. He switches into Zard, takes 49% damage, because he's uneven HP Stealth Rocks. Like, regular Zard takes a butt ton of damage. And I'm switching in, I U-turn out, break his 50%, break him at 50%, and I go into my Minior. Because Minior is a flying type and Stealth Rocks aren't up, I'm good, because spikes don't affect me, so we're okay. So I'm in the Minior, he Mega Evolves, clicks Solar Beam right here, and I'm like, well, okay, I get to make a move because I get the momentum play. So I get to make a move, my play immediately, because that's the first move you make, is Shell Smash. So I'm going to click off my Shell Smash, he's going to Mega Evolve in his Zard Y, bring his Sun up, click his Solar Beam, lo and behold, Solar Beam does 55% damage, which is exactly how much I needed it to do. I actually only needed it to do like 51% damage, but he gets off 55%, so yay. So I'm able to click off my Shell Smash, my White Herb comes out, and at the end of that turn, my shields go down, so I am now a Trojan Broomstick. So we are here, ready to sweep. The Minior is completely set, sitting at 45%, and at this point, it's game, because +2, you die. So I click off Acrobatics because he's not outspeeding me. Did the 45% damage I needed to do to him, the 43% damage I need to do to Zard Y. Zard Y dies. Next, he brings in his Magearna, which again, I'm outspeeding because I'm +2 with my shields down. I'm base 120 with my shields down, but I'm actually base 260 after the Shell Smash. So I click Acrobatics, +2, you're not living. My Magearna dies, and then the Kyurem comes in, takes the Stealth Rocks damage, and the last 10% go to Minior with Acrobatics. And with that said, the Texan Clearbodies win the W against Toby and the Boston Celebis in a beautiful, beautiful 3-0 fashion. It felt so good. Turns out we didn't even need to use our Choice Band and Tapu Bulu, but even if we did, Choice Band and Tapu Bulu had the game. And then I could have lived one hit from anything. Even the Flash Cannon, I would have lived. The Flash Cannon did 93% minimum from Max Special Attack Magearna. I'm pretty sure. When I did the calcs yesterday when I was team building with Luke, it comes out to be about 93% minimum damage, so I would have lived, clicked off a Wood Hammer, probably killed that thing, and then I probably would have, I probably could have gone a Landorus, but Choice Scarf would have been good. So we would have still won. It was differential sake at that point, but we went ahead and picked up a 3-0 win. Shout out to that. Starting off the season very, very well. Obviously, if you did not see the draft analysis, that went up earlier this week for the STL Season 1. The link to that should be down below in the description. Check that out if you have not already. Also, stay tuned for future STL content because that is to come. But with all that said, I'm going to go ahead and call this a video. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. What could I have done better? What did I fail at? What did I do good? You know, let me know. We did good, I think. We won. I'm glad. It took 8 weeks of battles and I finally won one. Even if it's not the HVL, but I won one. I'm glad. So, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and call this a video. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like. If you are interested to see what else this channel has to offer, whether it be the regular content on the channel or not, then be sure to drop a sub so you don't miss out. But with all that said, this is your coach for the Texan This is your coach for the Texan Clearbodies in the STL Season 1. My name is MetagrossMan, and until the next video, it's your boy MetagrossMan, out of here. Bye, y'all.